kubectl describe is a powerful command in Kubernetes that allows you to get detailed information about your cluster resources. Today, we'll explore how to use this command to inspect and troubleshoot Kubernetes objects effectively. Kubectl describe is a command that shows comprehensive human-readable details about Kubernetes resources. Unlike kubectl get, which provides brief tabular information, kubectl describe gives you much more context. It includes events, conditions, and relationships between resources, making it an essential tool for understanding what's happening in your cluster. The basic syntax for kubectl describe is straightforward. You type kubectl describe, followed by the resource type, and then the resource name. You can also use a / to combine the resource type and name together. For example, kubectl describe pod engine xpod or kubectl describe pod/engine xpod both work the same way. Let's look at some common examples. To describe a specific pod, you use kubectl describe pod followed by the pod name, like engine xpod. For a deployment, you'd use kubectl describe deployment followed by the deployment name, such as my app. Similarly, to describe a service, you use kubectl describe service followed by the service name, like frontend. When you run kubectl describe, it displays 4 main categories of information. First, metadata such as name, namespace, labels, and annotations. Second, the current status and conditions of the resource. Third, the specifications or configuration details of that resource. And fourth, recent events and activities that have occurred, which are extremely helpful for troubleshooting. Kubectl describe also supports several useful options. You can describe all pods in a namespace by simply typing kubectl describe pods without specifying a name. To describe a resource in a specific namespace, add the -n flag followed by the namespace name, like production. You can also use selectors with the -l flag to describe resources matching certain labels, such as app equals frontend. There are 3 main use cases for kubectl describe. First, troubleshooting. When issues occur, you can check pod events and status to understand what went wrong. Second, resource analysis. You can view resource requests, limits, and current usage to optimize your cluster. Third, relationship mapping. It helps you understand how different resources are connected and depend on each other. Let's compare kubectl describe with kubectl get. Kubectl describe provides human-readable detailed output with events and conditions, giving you the full picture of a resource. On the other hand, kubectl get shows concise tabular output with just basic resource information. Use kubectl get for quick overviews and kubectl describe when you need detailed information for troubleshooting or analysis.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.